The year is 742 AD, ancient China. A horse rider races through mountains, forests, and dusty roads day and night. He barely stops. The journey is dangerous. The fruit he carries could spoil at any moment, but he cannot fail because the fruit is being delivered to one of the most powerful people in the world. It does not arrive fresh. The emperor will be disappointed. Now imagine this. What kind of fruit could be so valuable that an entire empire would rush to deliver it? Gold, jewels, a rare medicine? No, it was a small, sweet fruit called lychee. But how did a fruit become so important that emperors treated it like treasure? Where did it come from, and how did it travel from ancient forests to markets around the world? Today we are uncovering the fascinating history of lychee, a story filled with emperors, trade routes, adventure, and surprising facts. Stay till the end because I'll reveal a lychee fact that most people have never heard before. Let's travel back even further. Around 2000 years ago, southern China, long before modern cities existed, dense forests covered large parts of the region. Among these forests grew wild lychee tree. Local people discovered a fruit unlike anything they had tasted before. It was sweet, juicy, refreshing, and incredibly fragrant. People quickly fell in love with it. But there was one big problem. Lychee spoiled very quickly. Without refrigeration, transporting them over long distances was extremely difficult. Most fruits could only be enjoyed close to where they were grown. Yet somehow lychees became famous throughout China. How? The answer lies with emperors. Year 742 AD, the Tang Dynasty China. One of the most famous stories in lychee history begins here. According to historical accounts, Emperor Songzong's beloved consort Yang Gulifi adored lychees. The emperor wanted her to enjoy fresh lychees even though they grew far from the royal capital. So special delivery systems were organized. Horse riders rushed fresh fruits across long distances. Relay stations allowed riders to change horses and continue at high speed. The goal was simple: get the lychees to the palace before they spoiled. Think about that. No airplane, no trucks, no refrigerators. Yet people crossed huge distances just to deliver fruit. Question for you: if you lived in ancient time, what food would you travel hundreds of kilometers to taste? Comment down below. Why did people love lychee so much? The answer is simple: the taste. The white flesh inside the fruit is juicy and sweet. Many people described its flavor as a combination of grapes, roses, and honey. The fruit was also rare in many regions. Anything rare becomes valuable. Anything valuable attracts attention, and anything that emperors love often becomes famous. Soon, lychees became a symbol of luxury and status. Poets wrote about them. Artists painted them. Royal families served them during special occasions. The tiny fruit had become a cultural icon. Year 1000 to 1500 AD. As trade routes expanded, lychees began its journey across Asia. Travelers carried seeds. Farmers experimented with growing trees in new locations. Merchants introduced the fruit to different kingdoms. Some regions succeeded, others failed. Lychee trees need specific conditions: warm weather, enough rainfall, and suitable soil. Not every place could provide these requirements, but wherever the condition was right, lychee trees flourished. Slowly but surely, the tree expanded beyond its original homeland. Around the 17th and 18th century, lychees eventually reached India through trade and agricultural exchanges. Farmers discovered that certain parts of India were perfect for growing lychees. One region stood out above all others: Bihar, especially the area around Muzaffarpur. The climate was ideal, the soil was fertile. The trees, over time, Muzaffarpur became one of India's most famous lychee producing regions. Today, when people think of Indian lychees, Muzaffarpur is often the first place that comes to mind. But this success did not happen overnight. Generations of farmers worked hard to improve cultivation techniques and orchard management. Have you ever wondered wondered why lychees taste so unique? Scientists have studied this question. The fruit contains natural sugars and aromatic compounds that create a famous flavor. The sweet taste attracts animals. Animals help spread the seeds and the tree survives. The strategy has worked for millions of years. In other words, the delicious taste of lychee is actually part of nature's survival plan. Pretty clever, right? For centuries, lychees were considered a luxury. Only wealthy people could enjoy them regularly. Today, things are very different. Modern transportation has changed everything. Refrigerated trucks, air cargo, fast shipping. These innovations allowed lychees to travel around the world. A fruit that once required horse drivers and royal couriers can now reach international markets within days. What an incredible transformation! Here are some fascinating facts. Some lychee trees can live for more than 100 years. Ancient Chinese poets wrote poems about lychees. Lychees have been enjoyed for over 2000 years. China remains one of the world's largest producers. India is among the leading producers as well. And here's the surprising fact. I promised earlier, some ancient lychee trees are believed to have survived for hundreds of years, producing fruit generation after generation. Imagine eating fruit from a tree older than many countries. The history of lychee is not just the history of a fruit. It's the story of trade, adventure, agriculture, royalty, and human curiosity. From ancient Chinese forests to modern markets around the world, lychee has traveled an incredible journey through time, and after more than 2000 years, people still love it. Before you leave, I have two questions for you. If you could travel back in time and taste one famous food from history, what would it be? Would it be the emperor's lychees, a royal feast, or something else? Comment down below. And what should I make next? Comment your choice down below. And if you enjoyed this video, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and share. And also comment down below what can I improve in my videos. Your feedback motivates me and helps make future videos even better. And one final question: which fruit do you think has the most interesting history in the world?